That was cruel.
Football is back, ladies and gentlemen, which now means it's time to get your team's football shirt. But I'm not trying to pay £120 for a football shirt. I'm just saying. But I have found the solution for myself and for you, the lovely audience of the Don Hussam channel, with your own coupon promo code. And this is the solution, ladies and gentlemen. All you've got to do is just go to okjersey.com. As you guys can see, all the options are there. Of course, I'm a Liverpool fan, you guys already know. And then this is the shirt. Look how amazing it looks. I'm just gonna go pick my size, and then after that I'm gonna choose the Premier League patch. And listen, I'm too old to be putting any player names on the back, so I'm just gonna get it as it is. I'm gonna click add to cart, view cart, and this is the same thing that you guys do on any website. You proceed to checkout, you fill in all your information, and then after that, coupon code Hussam. When you click this coupon code, you get a 8% discount. Enjoy shopping, guys. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. Today our first giveaway winner will be announced. I'm creating the spinning wheel as we speak, you guys. We are here to talk about, you get me, Liverpool Football Club. We're here to talk about, you get me, my club. Look at this. Look at this. You get me? I had to tell my mom. I wore this front of my mom, and my mom's like, who's this club? I've never seen it before. I'm like, Mom, LFC, Liverpool Football Club. You get me? She's like, let's go, Sam, let's go. She thought I was going to wear another club shirt. I was like, I'd never do that. But I did get an Atletico Mineiro shirt, which is not that deep, and an Inter Miami shirt, which is also not that deep.
You just said, I won't wear another team's shirt, but when said you went and bought two more that are not Liverpool shirts.
But here's the thing, though. Tom Little's scouse, and he wears Madrid and Dortmund shirts.
Yeah, but I need to see his birth certificate, man. Do you know what I mean?
Tom, if you're listening, I know you are. Don't have it. Don't have it, mate. He's just straight
I
up.
thought you supported Tranmere Rovers.
Yeah, probably.
He's from the Wirral, isn't he? He's from the Wirral.
Yeah,
anyway, guys, speaking of the jerseys, look, jokes aside to everyone in the chat, I am going to be organizing the giveaway. So I'm going to be asking the guys a question. And as they start speaking, I'm just going to be organizing the spinning wheel. The giveaway for everyone who filled up the Google doc, just to know that you guys actually fully watched the video. I just asked you 4 or 5 simple questions. And I just want to give back to the community because this is my first sponsorship in 4 years. So I want to give back to you guys. So not only, and this is the another announcement, not only is there a giveaway today, there will also be 11 more giveaways in the next 30 days. So there will be 12 different winners. If you win twice, it's not on me. You get me? Maybe you're a lucky man. But there will be 11 more winners after tonight as well. And I'm trying to give back to the community as much as possible because you guys helped support me. You guys showed me love. I'm going to tell you exactly the countries. I'm trying to convince him to ship more countries, and he told me problems with certain countries and stuff like this. The countries that the OK Jersey ships to is the United States, all of Europe, Australia, Canada, Mexico, Colombia, Peru, the UAE, Jordan. He has to make Jordan because I'm here in it, and Argentina. So if you're from any of those countries, OK Jersey ships to you. Make sure you guys also, for the next 3 days, special promo code. Instead of it being 8% off, it's now 10% off. Code Hussam10. So it's no longer code Hussam. You have to add a 10 after, and it's a whole 10% discount. I showed you guys in the video earlier on all these special shirts, not the dragon shirt, the Phoenix shirt. You get me? The retros, this season's kits, the goalkeeper jersey, everything I did. So we're going to get the show started. And as soon as the spinning wheel is ready, or as soon as, what, shall we put a like count on it? 200 likes? Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
200 likes. As soon as we get to 200 likes, chat, we're going to spin the spinning wheel, and we're going to be announcing our first winner of the first giveaway of 12 in these next 30 days. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. Love to all of you. And now, let's get to the football part of things, which is Liverpool Football Club. And I want to ask a question that isn't really asked a lot. And it's a question that maybe Mike Das will hate because he's a more logical person, and I appreciate that about him. But I want to ask all the Liverpool fans, all of you guys, and I'm going to start off with Emeka. How do we actually feel right now about our football club? How do you feel about Liverpool? How do you feel after getting this first win in 5 games? How do you feel about this whole situation? Just tell me your emotions regarding this football club right now.
I think the last month or so has probably been tough for most Liverpool fans. I think it was definitely nice to see us perform better, get some goals on the board, defend decently well, especially in the second half of that game. But at the same time, I wouldn't say I'm all the way like excited. It's more an anticipation now. Like we've seen some positive things in the last game. Now I want to see, can the manager build on that? Can the team build on that? Are we going to revert back to type on Saturday and bring back in players that are out of form, or the players that are showing that they're ready to compete and are ready to actually produce? Are we going to continue to give them that chance? So I think, as I said, it's been tough the last few weeks, but just optimistic, I'll say, hopeful that we can keep this going. But I think this game was always a game I expected us to win, to be honest, even if we went out there with the same team that we played United with. I just feel like this is a team that's been shipping 4 and 5 goals to every team that they face, damn near, it seems. So we should win, and we did, but the real test is going to be Brentford away.
For me, I'm quite optimistic because it feels like Arnie's being forced to make changes, and ideally, I'd like him to make those changes because those players haven't played well, and the players that he's brought in have played well already this season. So it's not like Ekitike scoring goals and being brilliant is something new. Like it's been like that all season. Like Ekitike plays from the start, we win games. He's played 5, we've won 5. Unfortunately, Isak's played 3, we've lost 3. Like, unfortunately, he's not up to speed. The team doesn't gel well up front when he's in it. But Ekitike makes a lot of things happen. If it's on its own or just the way he is in the game, being available, being creative, just, as Mike said, just running and making space and actually not standing there and expecting the ball to his feet. Like, he makes things happen. And that change is being forced. And Curtis Jones, like, we need to have a conversation about Curtis Jones now, because for me, I don't think Arne Slot's system's ever going to work if Curtis Jones isn't in it, because he has the mentality to go, there's a big fucking gaping hole in midfield. I'm going to stand in it and make sure it's not there. And that's what I feel like right now. I feel quite optimistic if those two players play. Brentford, though, they're a long ball team. They're a set piece team. Like, their manager was their set piece coach for Thomas Frank, and you know how good Thomas Frank's set pieces were. I don't know. Like, let's see what happens. I suppose that's as optimistic as it could be, really. Go
on. Yeah, look. Yeah, the last 4 weeks was dog shit, and now I'm happier. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's just
Thanks for the content, you guys. I appreciate it.
That's basically what Liverpool have been like. Liverpool have made everyone. So 4 or 5 months ago, we was all on cloud 9. 4 or 5 months later, we all feel a bit down. Right, that's basically what's happened. Yeah. Obviously, we had a good win against Frankfurt. The one thing I will say about the Frankfurt win, I don't know if Sam's seen this and everyone else seen this doing content, but before the Frankfurt game, I saw so many people saying Liverpool going to lose this game. It's going to be 5 losses in a row, or we're going to draw it. We ain't going to win. We smash them. 24 hours later, the attitude changes to, well, we was always going to win that game. I weren't worried about Frankfurt. It's the discourse in the camp right now with the fans. We're all a bit over the place. All our heads are a bit all over the place. None of us are happy even when we're winning. We're still critiquing little tiny things all over the shop. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. But look, like K-Mac just said, the fact that Arne Slot was changed something differently, with not just the personnel, because he has changed the personnel before. In Champions League games. Mo Salah's not actually played 2 Champions League games in a row now. And, Curtis Jones played against Galatasaray. So personnel's changed. But the system changed, the way we played changed. 4-4-2 off the ball is completely different. For the first half hour, did it work? No, because the players were all over the place. But after that, I think the players did settle down and started to make it work a little bit. It's not go click straight away. Like some people think, right, whistle blows from the ref, literally everything changes, we're back to normal. It's going to take weeks for, if Slot wants to go down this route there, to tweak it a little bit and keep going this route. It's going to take weeks for the players to get completely used to it. And I'm just happy they literally looked at something and changed it a little bit. Now, did he change it just for Europe and Premier League? It'll be a different thing. I don't know. We'll have to wait till Brentford, but I just look at one game at a time. Look at the game we just played. Critique the game we just played. He changed things. We won well. Put a smile back on our face. And then you go to Brentford this weekend and see what we do there. And if we win now, critique that game, chat about that game and move on. I think that's how we should be doing it from there on.
I think, to me, the first
Mike,
half...
your mic is bad.
Your mic is gremlin.
Yeah,
One second.
You sound like my nan.
There you go. Can I speak now?
You sound like someone who smoked 40 a day for like
Better?
50 years.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Right, say a sentence.
So what happens is I plug everything into an amplifier, and if I turn my speakers on, for some reason that seems to screw my microphone. So every time I turn my speaker, whatever, doesn't matter. We're here to talk about football, not about technical problems. First half of that football game, 3 out of 10 in my eyes. Overall, I'm like, I went from DEFCON 5 to DEFCON 3. I'm also grounded in the fact that when you look at the 3 goals we scored, one of them is a one pass play followed by a 50-yard run, which followed a counterattack that played a ball across the center of the box that no one was home for. But well done to Andrew Robertson, because he finds Ekitike, and then Ekitike runs for 50 yards and he scores. Thank God. Long have I wished to see my striker pick up the ball at the halfway line, make a run, and actually finish. So thank you, Hugo. It's literally a breath of fresh air. And then, listen, we scored 2 corners. We only had 10. That's a 20% conversion rate. I actually thought that the delivery for both of them was where they should have been. Our only 2 near post deliveries were our 2 goals. Everything else was delivered to the far post. If I'm Liverpool, it's near post every time, every corner. Near post, Virgil or Konate, bully the man, headed it. But then, of course, we're up 3-1. Frankfurt's out of the game. But I did see a legitimate structural change, right? In the first half, we went with the old 3-1-0-0-0-0-6, right? That's how we were playing. We were trying to build up with 4 and bypass the mid-block. Second half, Curtis Jones and Szoboszlai are an actual double pivot. Andrew Robertson drops down in to become the 3rd center back, and I'm building up with 5. I mean, for the first assist that Florian Wirtz gets, they built up with 7. We had 7 guys in our own half, and then Dominic Szoboszlai invades space. Chiesa drops. That's a whole nother thing. Federico Chiesa has told me after this game. By the way, to the Tumpa Lions, second half was a 10 out of 10. But to me, Federico Chiesa told me his off-ball movement is the best of all 3 of the guys up front, because his dummy runs, the positions that he takes up in counterattacks, he draws in central midfielders and he opens lanes wide. And we just saw it constantly. We just had a lane wide, 1 pass, and we were in behind. And, we probably could have scored more. Probably could have scored 2 or 3 more goals, and this game would have ended up 7-8-1. Just going forward, I'm not jumping the gun, because I need to see the structure that we had in the second half transfer immediately to the first half of Brentford, because I don't think it's going to take a lot of time. I don't think that it's very complex. If we built up with 5, I mean, Curtis Jones was doing a wing back cameo at times. Connor Bradley was essentially just an attacking wing back the entire second half. To me, you start like that against Brentford, I don't care about a mid block. I don't care about your low block. I don't care about your counterattacks. I'm way more fluid. I can counter press. I can control the game. Easy money. We saw how effective it can be. Just run it back. Curtis Jones, Dominic Szoboszlai, Andrew Robertson. Ibrahima Konate, Virgil van Dijk, Connor Bradley. 5. Build up with 5, and we will be so money. Wirtz has just proved to you this game. If you can get him the ball past the midfield 3, he can make stuff happen. Only way you can do that, though, is if you build up a 5. But I loved what I saw. That second half was what I've been dying for. I just need to see it again. If I see it again, I'll sit here back being confident. As Jamie said, I'll fucking over the moon if I see that against Brentford.
Let me ask you all genuinely a question, because this is the concern right now. And it's a valid concern. Big up to Azuz for the first super chat stream. He says, if I see the same starting 11 that we had against United and Chelsea, I will lose my mind.
Look,
we have to acknowledge that it's a possibility that Slot runs it back. It ain't impossible, chat. It's not impossible, panel. We have to acknowledge the possibility.
I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it because of who's fit.
I think it would be really bad. It would be really.
Okay,
really,
when you say of who's fit, are you just talking about Gravenberch essentially?
No. I'm talking not just Gravenberch, but also Alexander Isak, right? Yeah. Because Isak's not going to play, I'm assuming we're probably going to see Mo. But if I don't see McAllister in the midfield, and if I see the structure in the second half, I don't care if Mo's there because Mo will be more effective. That it's just that simple. Mo had more chances in this game. He just flubbed his lines. Like, the guy is not in form. It doesn't change the fact that he was more dangerous against Frankfurt than he was against United or against Chelsea or against Crystal Palace. He's just not in form. But you're going to see Mo. So
we still had 8 big chances against Frankfurt. Like, that's, we scored 4 of them, 4 of those big chances. Because the rest obviously set pieces.
I speak for everyone on the panel ambient. When I know all of us have Federico Chiesa on our starting 11, it's not about us though, because Slot doesn't.
I don't.
Fairs, but Slot doesn't have him in the.
Jamie views him. He views him as a substitute, which I don't mind. Like, I think Chiesa's immense. He could
in the 6th minute. Trossard, like there's nothing wrong with
I think a problem with Chiesa, Cody Gakpo's just come into very good form, and you can't really take him out of the team now.
On the right
side.
On
the right, I'd rather play Bosley.
Yeah, I don't want to play. I'm not flipping.
I don't. Look, the fact is, there's something about Chiesa's game that Slot obviously doesn't rate for him to start, and that looks like that's what the case is. I don't know what it is personally, because obviously he's a very, very good footballer. He's been very good. He's an extremely good sub for us. And I think that's how Slot sees him. He sees him as an impact footballer at the moment. And that's what he is right now. He's an impact footballer. And he's very good at doing that. I don't know. I just don't see it happening. He ain't for me either. I see him as an impact footballer as well, to be perfectly honest right now.
I don't think he's a guy that should start every single game, but I think the numbers don't lie. And I mean, even the eye test doesn't lie. When you watch him out there, it's just, even aside from the offensive impact, the defensive impact is just, he's running harder than anyone in that front line, pretty much harder than anyone in the team besides maybe Sobel. I think the issue, especially going away now, is and I agree with you, Hussam, I do think Salah's going to come back into the team, which, to be fair, again, I understand. Like, we all understand the politics of football, right? Like, he's our main player, highest paid player. You're not going to drop him in back-to-back games. That's fine. But what I'm more so looking for is
Slot is not that guy either, by the way.
Yeah, he's not going to do it. And
it ain't like prime Mourinho. I'm going to drop you to make a point. Like, Slot is not that guy. Slot is a lot more like friendly type.
But to be fair, most managers would be hard pressed to drop their highest paid player 2 games in a row unless they were hurt or something serious happened. It is pretty tough to do that, to be fair to Slot. But again, as I'm saying, what I'm more so looking for is if we do start Salah and it isn't looking good, I just want the quick trigger. Like, it can't be a situation where he has to play 90 minutes when he starts. If it doesn't look good, like, I just want that change to come on. And if Chiesa has to be an impact for the next month, or if he has to keep proving it for another month or so be it. But I just want to know that the manager is able to make that decision in game. And I think it's totally fine. Like, Salah, like, as great as he is, he's in a different stage of his career. Like, The difference when Chiesa was on in that second half is nobody was carrying someone else. Everybody was pulling on the out of possession. Everyone was pulling their own weight. So we were able to press. We were able to do things that are a bit more difficult if we don't set up the system specifically for Salah when he's in there. So again, he's our talisman, historically. So I do expect him to come back in, but I do hope that eventually, if Chiesa keeps it up the way he's playing, because even that pass that everyone wanted Salah to pass to Wirtz, that was basically set up by Chiesa as well. He's basically doing it every time he's on the pitch, and I just think that's valuable. But hey, if Salah has to come back in, it is what it is.
I think Slot looks at it as that he probably feels that Cody's not as impactful off the bench as Chiesa is, and he probably feels that at the moment Cody's probably more impactful as a starter than Chiesa is. And with Mo, I know a lot of talk has been about Mo since that game. I actually don't think Mo was that bad when he came on. Maybe it's just me, right? I think Mo got in. I thought Mo got in behind 4 times. It was just a bit of decision making. I also understand why he was selfish when he was selfish. I do get it. And Salah can be more impactful as well. So I think I like Chiesa. I understand why it's an impactful sub at the moment, and I'm happy with that. I think you need impactful substitutions in the game. I think you need them kind of players that you are always asked, why don't they start? Why don't they start? But they're just great at their job for what they're doing for the football club right now. It's like, do you remember under Klopp, we always asked, why ain't Shaqiri starting more games? Do you remember that? Why ain't Shaqiri playing more games? Shaqiri's good. He can rest a Mane or a Salah and play Shaqiri because he's got quality. But it was just that impactful substitution that we needed.
Even Origi, Jamie. Even Origi was the same.
Origi,
a lot of us going, why don't you play Origi more? He scores goals when he comes on. He scores goals. Well, that's Chiesa.
There's 3 things that I think that people need to sort of just accept as reality. Number 1, Arne Slot does not view Federico Chiesa as a right winger. Every time he comes on the pitch, it's either he's in the center. He's either in the middle or he's on the left. Number 2, Cody Gakpo ain't getting dropped. There are 2 players who will not be dropped under any circumstance: Cody Gakpo or Dominic Szoboszlai. There's a reason why we constantly go to the left, and Dominic Szoboszlai is he is Arne Slot's Jordan Henderson. He places him wherever he wants. He tells him all the tactics. Whenever anyone's getting pulled over to the side for him to give instructions to, it's Szoboszlai. The third thing is very simple. What the first half told us is that it doesn't matter if his name is Mo Salah or Florian Wirtz. Anyone playing in that right winger / right midfielder zone is getting screwed. Florian Wirtz was horrendous that first half. In fact, it was his mistake getting bullied off the ball, trying to make something happen that led to the first goal that we actually conceded. I don't think our right side is a name issue. I don't think it's a Mo issue. I don't think it's a Wirtz issue. I think it's down to the options available to whoever's on the touchline. Same goes for Cody. When Cody's on the other end, it's a mirror image. And then we all sit here and we yell at the player and we think that if we just put someone else in there, something would change. Well, guess what? I did for 45 minutes, and it was pretty ass. It was pretty terrible. It's pretty ineffective. It was only until he moved into the 10 and he was more free because the double pivot was actually working did Florian Wirtz cook. So we gotta lay off Mo a little bit. His end product isn't there. Chiesa's not a right winger in the eyes of Arne Slot, and Cody Gakpo ain't getting dropped. So right now in the starting position, unless someone's hurt, the guy's not getting in. And ultimately, who would you rather come off the bench? Federico Chiesa or any one of them? Well, history tells me that Chiesa off the bench gets a GA every 63 minutes. So I think I'm going to have to stick with that analytically, at least.
That's not all the way. That's not all the way accurate though, because the first half we were playing in a 4-4-2 with Wirtz on the right, basically playing right.
Yeah,
and then second half we switched to 4-2-3-1 with him in the 10. So we did have someone playing off the right. The reason that it looked a little bit weird, it didn't look coherent in that first half, is because we were playing a 4-4-2 with Wirtz all the way on the right, which I don't think would work in the Prem. But once we took out Isak and then moved Ekitike into the striker, Gakpo on the left, Wirtz in the 10, and I believe Chiesa would have been – was Chiesa on the right at that point? Who was playing right?
No. Basically, all three of the front three were rotating. Ekitike, Cody Gakpo, and Chiesa were all over the place. And Wirtz, wherever Wirtz went, is where the other three went. So it was Szoboszlai and Jones. Wirtz roaming around them, the front three roaming around Wirtz. The only point I was trying to make is Wirtz was occupying the same areas of the pitch that I constantly see Mo. Whether you want to say, oh, it's right midfielder, right wing, I don't care. It's the same zone, and it didn't lead to anything, right? So once we changed that and we sort of abandoned this whole traditional winger idea, because that's not how we were in the second half, all of a sudden, it looked way more cohesive, because I was able to bypass the midfield, and then the freedom began. I mean, how many times did Florian Wirtz play a 1-2 with Szoboszlai or Curtis Jones or Chiesa, and then someone was open in behind, right? 1-2, boom, release. That's what was missing in the first half. And we don't have to be this touchline team. We have so much technical quality at this point. You can just go where the rhythm of the game is taking you, and that's why you got to let Wirtz just be free. You got to let him just roam around a double pivot. Just let him, like a fucking orbit. Let him just orbit around, and let the rest of the team orbit around Wirtz, and you see what happens. The XG I think was like 2 point something, which is stupid, because it should have been like 30. We should have scored like 30 goals that game. Crazy.
What I will say on the Mo Salah thing is, we need Mo Salah to cook. Like, Liverpool need Mo Salah to score goals. Okay, like, I know we can all sit here and say, oh, you know, we've got Ekitike who's scoring, we've got Cody who's scoring. We all need Mo to score goals, because if Mo doesn't score goals, then what is the point in Mo right now? And we don't want to be having an issue where we can't play Mo because he's not scoring goals, or we're playing Mo and he's not scoring goals. So we all want to sit here now, and everyone in the chat wants to sit there, and you want to manifest goals for Mo. And if he can score goals, then brilliant, because then Liverpool will cook. Because a confident Liverpool with a confident Mo Salah wins the league. All right? So we can all sit here and go, oh, is he burnt out? Is he this? Is he that? Is the formation? Is the tactics? I don't think it is now. I think we're starting to get a little bit more out of Mo, because the first couple of games, he wasn't even getting chances, and he wasn't even getting touches, really. Now, he is getting chances, but he's just not scoring them. But I'm fine with him getting chances, because he will come good. Because something that happens with Mo Salah, every single time Mo has a bit of a drought, he then comes back strong, and he proves everyone wrong, and everyone writes him off, and then Mo ends up killing it. And we're all like, oh, okay, yeah, it was just a blip. And I think it's just a blip. And 5-1, no, 2 seconds, and 5-1, and everybody's going at Mo saying he shouldn't have shot. Are you out of your mind? We are winning 5-1. Of course, Mo's gonna try and score, and I would have wanted him to score, because
can I drop a little bomb here? Can I drop a little bomb that'll segue this a little bit, because I do have a hot take, and I'm not sure how many people are gonna like. I'm not sure how many people are gonna like this, but unfortunately, I feel that as of right now, in the way that he's being asked to play, Alexander Isak is hindering this team. I think that his static movement, his complete lack of off-ball ability, when I watch him that game, he remained in the same area. Now, it is other players' faults that they kept finding themselves in his zone. But the amount of times that I saw Isak, Cody Gakpo, and Ekitike in arm's length of each other, and I know that two of them are willing to move and one of them isn't, that's an issue. I know that the guy isn't fully fit, but right now, I don't know, even if he was fit, if I'm going to be starting Alexander Isak. I think at the current moment, Isak has to figure out a way to fit into this team, not the other way around. When we're cooking. Now, everyone can get angry at me, but it's just something that I noticed, because we were totally different once he left the pitch. Totally different, night and day. Is it coincidence? Is it not coincidence? I don't know. You tell me.
The thing with Isak, I personally don't think Isak will be the real Isak till next season. I say this all the time. Pre-season is so important to players. Having a proper pre-season is so important. Look at Chiesa last season when he didn't have a pre-season. And now he had a pre-season this season, and everyone wants him to play game week in, week out now because he looks far better for it, and he puts in performances when he plays. Pre-season is just really, really important. He literally, because of what he did, it might be his fault or not his fault, whatever people want to think about that situation with Isak in the summer. He literally had 4 months off football almost. You know, he literally have, Jamie, I love you, but you're talking shit. So you don't think pre-seasons are important? Okay. All right, pre-seasons are important.
Where did you want him to move specifically? Because I feel like Ekitike was tasked with dropping into the midfield, and
I don't think his movement is the issue because he got into a dangerous position twice in the first half. He just didn't finish.
He didn't finish. He got that pass that Zobo.
His movement is actually quite the Szoboszlai one. Like, and we've been watching football for a long time. All 5 of us have been watching football for a long time. That Szoboszlai dink, if Isak doesn't make the correct run, it's like Szoboszlai's pass looks like
I don't want people to misunderstand what I'm saying, though.
I like his movement.
I don't want people to misunderstand. I'm not saying that Isak is poor. I'm saying that in the way that we're trying to play right now, all 3 of them keep finding themselves in the same area constantly. So either players need to adjust around him, and we need to just if he's going to be this static, I'm okay with it as long as no one else intrudes his space. So no, like Ekitike, stop going to the middle. Cody Gakpo, stop going to the middle. Let Isak stay there. Or Isak has to figure out how to rotate around the other 2 guys that want to be in the middle. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's bad. I think he will get good. I think he will get to form. But right now, consistently, the United game, the Chelsea game, every game I see him, I feel like all 3 of them are running into each other. And I'm trying to figure out who the problem is. And after this weekend, well, only one of them got taken off, and I started to cook. So I'm really asking a question more than bashing someone just for the sake.
I think the biggest problem with Isak is he's coming to a team that's pretty unconfident all over the park. Like, he needed to come into a team that was like flying, and he could just go, straight in there, you know, everything's cool. But he came in and it's like massive pressure straight away. Like, and also, how the hell do we play with this guy? Like, because we play different football than Newcastle, and he's used to the way Newcastle play football. He's also used to being like a sole striker. It's not how we play football at Liverpool. And I said this when Isak was coming. Like, I said, is Arne Slot going to play him the way Isak plays for Newcastle? Like, what's made him so good? And that's the complete opposite. He's not playing him like that. And he's having to have lots of players around him and being quite intricate with the ball and being able to, you know, dribble past players and stuff. That's not really his game. He gets into space, and then bursts past players. And he hasn't got that burst either. Because
he's just as Jamie said, like, the preseason's not there.
Preseason's important.
It's clear that he's not in top shape. But I think also, like, us trying to play a 2-striker system, I think what I personally think is we need to go back to the issue is right now Gakpo basically has no competition on that left wing. And he feels as though I'm going to start every week. We all know Slot's not going to play Rio. So he needs to do with Isak, Ekitike, and Gakpo for that left wing and striker position. He needs to do what he was doing last year with Jota, Diaz, and Gakpo. They need to be rotating those 3 positions. With Isak's, obviously, if he's playing, he's going to be in that striker slot. But Ekitike can play off of the left. Even yesterday, a lot of his best actions were coming in off of that left wing. There's, I said this, I called in at halftime of that game, and I was saying it then. I'm like, there's no attribute that Gakpo has besides maybe shooting, crossing, that Ekitike doesn't possess to excel in that same position. He can actually go on the outside, something that Gakpo doesn't do. He's a better link-up player. I could see him linking up a lot better with our left back that's bombing down that left wing as well. Like, he can easily play on that left wing, and I think that's the main thing to me that has to change. We don't need to go 4-4-2 when Isak and Ekitike are playing. I generally don't think that. I think Ekitike will excel at that left wing, and then when Isak needs a break or he needs to rest, then put Ekitike up front and put Gakpo on the left. Those 3 players should be rotating those 2 positions, in my opinion.
Do you know
look,
what?
I'm sorry, but this crazy talk on Gapco being a problem is just,
But I
it was
never
like
said
that
it's a
last
problem.
season. No,
I
there
never
were so
said
many
that.
people that were bombing on Gapco saying, "Why is this guy playing?" Hasn't the guy got like 8 GA or 9 GA in the last 8 games? He seems to be the only player that's consistent when he's on the pitch all the time.
You can answer it in one simple sentence: different shirt, same problem. Again, whoever plays on that left right now, they're isolated, and the rest of the team hangs out at the half circle at the 18-yard box. I have infinite amounts of screenshots over the last 5 games to show you that Gakpo cuts in and shoots every time because he doesn't have another option. Mo Salah cuts in and wails on the ball every time because he doesn't have another option. We're just changing the shirt. That's all.
The manager sort of said that today about about the Kirkhead thing, didn't he? Where he says he sort of joked about it when he said, "Yeah, Gakpo sort of ignores him when he bombs forward." We've all mentioned that as well. But it's just the way Cody plays. Look, the Isak situation, it's I think people, when you don't play football for almost 4 months, it's very hard to get up to speed. You can go individual training and go to your ex-team and train on their training ground and stuff like that on your own and put in the shift. You might be in shape, but you're not fit to play football. It's like a player coming back from a really long injury, yeah? You don't really see the real player again till the following year, do you? That's when you usually go and see that player again. And that's what I feel like with Isak at the moment. I'm not going to get onto him too much because, I don't think we're going to see the real one till next year. But here's the beauty of it: we don't have to worry about it because we have got Ekitike. That's why Liverpool wanted 2-star strikers. They wanted rotation in that area, and they wanted 2 quality players. And at times they will play together. At times they won't. One will play, one won't, and one will sit on the bench. But that's the quality of it. That's what we've always argued about as Liverpool fans about our squad. Year in, year out, especially under FSG, all we've ever argued about is, can we have at least 2 quality players in each position? Why can't we have a player like that sitting on the bench if someone else playing well? Now we've got it, and people seem to moan about it. I'm not saying you guys on the panel are, but people seem to moan about it sometimes. Oh, maybe we shouldn't have got Isak now. Maybe we should have got... No, I want Isak and Ekitike. You know what I'm saying? This is how you go on to win things in the future. We are October. Yeah, the season's not going as we like. It might end well, it might not. But then next season and the season after that, it might be exceptional because we've got these players in our football club. So, yeah, I'm not worried about it. I think Isak will come good. I'm not too concerned about it. He'll have his moments this season. He'll have his bad moments this season. But Ekitike at the moment is standing out as a super top-notch footballer. So I'm cool.
With this Isak thing, so who here thinks Isak is a problem other than Mike? Great.
No, I don't think it's a problem at all.
I just think his confidence isn't there right now and the fitness isn't there. But he's not.
Exactly.
I don't think he's a problem.
Yeah.
Mike, having listened to the explanations, what's your response to it? Talk to me.
Listen, all I'm doing is raising what I've been seeing. That's it. I'm just raising a question based on the way I see Isak playing this team week in, week out, as he's been here. There are external circumstances, like the fact that he didn't have a preseason. There are also external circumstances, like the fact that we can't seem to bypass a midfield. So, again, it's not always his fault. But all I'm saying is I saw one thing in the first half, and then in the second half, I saw a completely different thing from my front line. And it wasn't static. With Isak, I know what I'm getting, but at the same time, other people are getting into his way. I guess maybe the better way to frame it would have been, is Isak poor, or are we being poor for Isak? Much like Mo. But listen, at the end of the day, I think that the guy he's going to figure it out. Obviously, with fitness, he will be less static. He will be more involved. It's just a matter of getting all of the other pieces ahead of him together. I don't even think that he did that poorly on the opportunity that he had in the game. I mean, if you go back and you rewatch it, it's a chip ball over the back line. Isak has to bring it down. By the time he gets it to his foot, the goalkeeper's 3 feet in front of him. He's got 2 options: hit it with power low or try to chip him. He made the wrong option. It is what it is. I've seen other players do it. It's really just more of a question than it is.
Didn't he try to Megzy him?
It's a question more of a statement. I get what you're saying. You're basically asking, okay, like, how do we solve this issue? That's basically what
I'm just
asking.
bringing up. I mean, we're on a panel show. I'm just adding something a little bit spicy to the mix, because that's all. Just adding a little bit of spice.
I've said this 100 times now. Like, I genuinely believe you could pump a load of long balls up over to Isak, and he'll probably get on some of them, and he'll probably get ahead of the defender and have a good chance of scoring. Like, Newcastle play some really simple football sometimes to Isak. Like, it wasn't complicated stuff. Like, they didn't create a lot of chances.
A lot of their goals, though, did come through counters, though, K-Mac.
What's that?
A lot of Isak's goals was scored on the counter-attack because Newcastle would be the deep.
It was a very different style.
A lot of the strikers in this league are only good at score goals from counter attacks. If you look at a lot of the Premier League strikers right now, their best asset is when the ball gets turned over and they can run into space and find that opportunity to score. Apart from Haaland, who you can build up to and he can score from, and he could do everything because he's the most complete forward in the world. Most of the strikers, they do play that way, because it's the way the Premier League's played. That's the way English football in this league is played at the moment. But when you watch Ekitike's got a bit more about his game, ain't he? And that's why we're all loving him right now, because you can build up with Ekitike. You can do it all with Ekitike. You can build up with him. You can play it direct and long over to him, like we saw for the Robbo goal, what was more on the floor. You can play it into the corners and he'll get it. He can bring it down, bring in people into play, running off and get into the box. He's got a lot to his game. So, yeah, I don't think Isak's alone on the fact that, he prefers maybe playing on that counter style. I think a lot of people do in the Premier League because it's turned over so quickly time after time, ain't it?
It is. I do want to move on this conversation to speak about Brentford, you guys. So before we do that, let me just grab a couple of these supers. Also, guys, like I said, we are going to be announcing the winner of the giveaway on 200 likes. We're currently at 140 likes. The wheel is ready to be spun. I'm just waiting for you guys. You get me? This shirt right here from OK Jersey, code Hussam10 for 10% discount. I hooked you guys up with extra discount. There will be 11 more giveaways this month as well. You get me? So let's go. Vamos to all of you guys. Big up to every single one of you. Like, share, comment, subscribe. 200 likes, and we're going to spin the wheel right here, right now, to announce the first winner of the first giveaway, guys. So close the live chat, hit the like button, and as soon as we get that 200 like count, we're going to spin the wheel, habibis. Big up to Shawnee, who says, horrendous and strong is strong and wrong, Mike. Strange take.
Horrendous first half. You tell me how that first half wasn't horrendous and fortunate, please, by all means.
I think the first half hour was, I agree with you, Mike. The first half hour, I think the team was getting used to the new way they have to play. I think the last 15 minutes of that first half, I think they started to get a bit more entwined what they got to do. And in the second half, it was complete control, weren't it? So
yeah. I said 3 out of 10, 10 out of 10.
I couldn't tell if it was horrendous because it took me about 10 minutes to try and work out what was going on.
Yeah, I think everyone just needed, it was like a settle period, ain't it? It's like everyone. I didn't know what we were playing. I thought we were playing 3 at the back at one time, and then
yeah, so did I.
It was so if we didn't really know, the players probably didn't really know for half an hour. And it took a while.
I will tell you one thing, Jamie. I liked when we did this, just the standard 4-4-2, and Frankfurt were just passing the ball at the back. We weren't giving away anything. It was only when we committed forward and then our midfield structure was just completely gone, and one pass was all it takes. But the 4-4-2, the way that we were pressing there, I thought it was fine. I thought Frankfurt spent 10 minutes doing nothing.
Do you know how that ended up like that, Mike? Because Bradley went so far forward that Curtis Jones went into filling it right back, and
it was all 5 of them. It was Frimpong. Frimpong was ahead of Wirtz. Soboslai was behind Wirtz. And Curtis Jones and Connor Bradley were both. We vacated the middle. Yeah, it's all good. It happens.
Fairs. Big up to Akia, guys. Yalla, we're literally just 10 likes away. Let's go. I want to spin the wheel in this little break before talking about the other game. You get me? So, yeah, big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. You get me? So, yeah, big up to all of you. Let's get the likes up. Big up to Akia, who says, big up the panel. Big up Hussam, Mike. Love the stream. Looking forward to seeing more, you crazy bastard. Mike has been on a crazy purple patch this last 2 weeks. Can he keep it up? Hopefully, because we need someone like Mike.
Remember,
He's been
Tom
talking-
started like this, and then he just stopped. Do you know what I mean?
Listen. I have.
Oh my God.
I do have time at what's it called, 9 a.m., which is usually when I go live, 9 a.m. Pacific. They asked me to do a watch along, so I will be doing a watch along tomorrow.
There you go, dedication. Love it.
For the Brentford game. But listen, it's nice. It's 9 a.m. I could take an hour to. I mean, today went overboard because I got so backtracked in the chat. But regardless,
So you were talking
it's
at
fun.
9 a.m. about chlamydia. That's crazy.
Hey, listen.
I don't. It's better talking about it before
Yeah,
than
it's
after.
better talking
ain't
about
it?
it than
Yeah.
having it.
Listen. It's better to keep those conversations on a channel that isn't monetized than on a channel that is. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, you
So
watch
what happens when you get monetized? What, you're gonna go all PG?
Having it.
You're gonna go all PG when you get monetized.
Listen,
You're gonna go all PG. You get me?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a button, and every time I know I'm about to say that word, I'm just gonna click the button so that it bleeps it out in real time.
I don't know how, but I get away with it, man. I don't know how.
I don't know how either.
The big
I don't know
question
how
is,
you
though,
make
Mike,
it.
eventually
I
when
don't
we
know.
start playing well again, are you going to finish?
No,
Or are you
no,
gonna carry
because
on?
no, and I'll tell you why. Because when we were playing good last season, I would go on to shows and call-ins, and I would pick apart
You
what we
would?
were doing wrong, and people would call me negative. So I'm just, you know what? At least in my own space, if you call me negative, I could just tell you to shut the fuck up. Like, simple as that.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to add you on my channel then, okay, as a recommendation. All right, there you go. I'm going to add it on there at the bottom.
Oh God! Big up to my guy Jerome. Big up to you, Jerome, my brother. Thank you so much. He says not glazing, and Sam knows I'm not a Liverpool fan. You are a Spurs fan. It's true. But once Slot gets the tactics right and gets the team to click, Liverpool's going to bring their fear of God back to these rivals, laughing at them. Look, guys.
I agree with this.
Right now we're going through a tough time, but in the infamous words of Jamie Phillips, I would rather go through my tough patch in October than go through it in May. You get me?
Yeah.
Let's do the tough patch now. You get me? Let's go through short-term pain, long-term gain. You get me? That's the thing. And hopefully we get our shit together. 'Cause make no mistake. Look, City's going to go through a bad run. Arsenal are going to go through a bad run. Chelsea are going to go through a bad run. No team will be perfect. So it's honest to try to be as consistent as possible despite you get me, not being perfect. So yeah, that's the thing. And that's why for me, look, I wasn't one of the people that said Slot out. However, this is not North Korea. I allow people to have their own opinions. It's okay, guys. Like, I think in 2025, it's very unfortunate that we still have people trying to cancel people for football opinions. If someone's Slot out, up to you, Habibi. Like, I'm not personally, I'm not Slot out. I am backing Slot. I think I'm going to give him time to fix it. Probably, to be honest with you, even if we lose against Brentford, I want to be Slot out. Like, I'm just saying. It's more of a feeling when I feel like, okay, this guy can't take me forward anymore, is when I will turn. But at this moment in time, I haven't turned on my manager. Like, I'm still backing him. And there's a reason for that. There's still a lot of time to go this season. So I think it's crazy to immediately turn already. Like, it's probably a bit too much right now, in my opinion. But to each their own. And I think everyone's entitled to their opinion. Yalla, we're 5 likes away, chat. We're going to spin the wheel. Let's go. Talk to me now. Leeds are staying up.
Yeah,
Is what just was saying.
Yeah, they will.
Oh my God, Leeds are staying up because they beat West Ham. Can you get a grip, you ball?
I think Leeds will
they
stay up,
changed
though.
the
Big up,
league
Joe.
now.
Look at this guy. Oh my God, Leeds are staying up. Yeah, you're a fraud. Everyone knows.
I like
you're a
Leeds,
fraud.
bro. Leeds have great fans. It's always an awesome atmosphere. I think it's a great club to have in the Premier League. I got no ish. In fact, I also think the same about Sunderland. I think Sunderland have a fantastic atmosphere. Long may they
I
stay
think
up.
Sunderland are bigger than Newcastle as well.
Oh, jeez.
Sunderland's a big dude. Sunderland's a huge team. Sunderland had a Netflix documentary about them because they fell like four or five divisions. They're a massive club.
Yeah,
They're-
so did Prince Andrew, but do you know what I mean? I will
okay,
go that
yeah,
far.
Jamie, yeah,
You know?
yes, 100%.
Sunderland, they're owned by some crazy billionaire prince as well. Like, it's mad. Read the story on that.
Also, listen. Also, I don't know if you guys know this, but
Did Jamie just say Prince Andrew?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, the owner of the Jets is looking to buy a piece of Crystal Palace, and if that happens, just know Palace is going down.
He's not crazy,
saying.
mate. He's depraved.
Bro, I love this community, but you guys are very toxic. I
He's
swear.
just called Andrew now, Jamie.
This is-
Yeah.
He's
bro,
just called
what
Andy now, ain't he?
Yeah, Andy. Yeah, It's
Joe,
Andy now,
Joe,
ain't it?
jokes
The
aside, I
knobs.
hope you do stay up. I like Leeds. I ain't got a problem with the Leeds, despite the fact you got your tongue so far up Arteta's ass you can eat his lunch. I like you, Joe. You get
They
me? You're
also hit a lick at Anfield. Just letting you guys know.
Speaking of licks, you get me. Great.
Jesse March.
Jesse March, yep. You should know that Joe wanted him out. So guys, we're gonna spin the wheel. Our first giveaway winner. If you win and you aren't in one of the countries that the website delivers to, I'm gonna just let you choose the winner. You
You're
get me?
fucked.
Choose someone in the chat that you want to win it. You get me? Because yeah, it's just like if it doesn't deliver to you, it's just there's nothing I can say. So good luck to all of you guys. You get me? May the best may the luckiest person win. And also, guys, it's Jenny's birthday today. Shout out to Jenny.
Happy birthday, Jenny.
And it's Ant as well. He's always in our communities as well. It's Ant's birthday tomorrow as well. So big up Ant.
Happy birthday, Ant. So happy birthday, Jenny. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jenny. Happy birthday to you. You see, we
If
don't
Jenny,
drop the beat.
if Jenny wins, is Jenny on the wheel by any chance?
Yeah, Jenny is on the
Yeah, there we go.
If Jenny wins,
I
it's
swear
Jenny
to God,
wins.
Jenny wins.
I'm rooting for you, Jenny. Even
I'm rooting
though
for
you
you,
always
Jenny, as
talk
well.
shit to me,
Fingers
Jenny.
crossed.
Even though you always talk shit to me, I'm rooting for you.
If Jenny
Okay,
wins.
guys, we're gonna announce our first winner. Our next giveaway is tomorrow on the Liverpool Brentford watch along. So make sure you guys are there. So every single name is on the wheel. Good
Bloody
luck
hell.
to everyone.
Can you
I'm gonna
even
spin
see
the
it?
wheel.
Why is Carefree
but
Lewis
it's
on the? Why is
Yeah,
he
Brother,
on the
it's
wheel?
fucking 80 names. Of course, you
Why-
can't see all
You
of
spent
them.
the last
Why-
half
why-
hour putting the names in.
Why?
So shall
why
I
is-
just give them a shuffle? Shuffle.
Yeah,
shuffle,
but
shuffle.
why is Carefree Lewis there? He doesn't need a jersey.
What's this advanced stuff?
I don't know. Don't mess about with it. It's took you a while.
No,
to-
yeah, okay, I'm making it. So,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
spin
spin the wheel, give it 3 more shuffles, and let's go.
Here we go. If that says Jenny, I'm leaving.
No, rig it, move it,
Larry.
move it.
Larry Heavy.
Congratulations, Larry Heavy. Big up to you, Larry. Congratulations. The winner of our first ever giveaway on the channel. Big up to you, Larry. If you are here, I want you to reach out to me. Just the only place to reach out to me is Snapchat. So reach out to me over there, message me. And by the end of this week, I'm going to be giving you guys the special codes to get your 3 giveaways for this week. So big up to you guys. And congratulations to Larry. And once again, happy birthday to Jenny. There's 11 more giveaways, guys. You get me? So congratulations to you, Larry. And
Congrats,
yeah,
Larry.
let me check if
Is he
Larry
an
actually
XL?
answered the
I think he's
questions.
an XL.
You know, we were only 5 away from Jenny. We could all just turn the other way and move the wheel 5 places. Just saying.
Was it actually only 5 places away from Jenny? Is that what it
I'm
was?
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I saw her name like 5 names above.
Well, are you saying I should rig it and just give it to Jenny?
Well,
That's
all I'm saying is that if Mr. Larry, if Larry the Lobster doesn't DM you,
It's going
know.
to Jenny.
just saying.
Yeah, how long
Why
they got?
are
How
we
long they got to get back
cussing
to you?
Larry for winning a giveaway, bro? It's not his fault.
How long have they got to get back to you to get their shirt?
I'd say probably 24 hours is fair.
There you go, Larry. You got 24 hours before it goes to Jenny.
Yeah, Larry,
That's what
Larry, it's not in the chat, mate.
I'm just saying.
Everyone's like, yo, fuck Larry, man. Give it Jenny, man.
Listen, hey, you know, hey,
if Lenny's from Brazil, he can't get it anyway. So Jenny still might get it. So.
Yeah.
You
That
never
sounds
know.
like a Brazilian name, Larry.
Yeah, sounds very Brazilian.
They had a
Corruption isn't
midfielder called Fred. I ain't gonna tell you
corruption
nothing.
isn't bad if I'm involved. Corruption isn't bad if I'm involved. It's not corruption if it's me. I'm just letting you know.
I can't see
Mike,
American talks
are
about
you buying
corruption.
Jenny a shirt then?
Okay. K-Mac putting him on the spot. I love it.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Excuse me,
You're
sir.
buying Jenny a shirt, mister? Is that what you're saying?
You're not coming after my wallet, all right, K-Mac? Calm down. All I'm saying is corruption is not bad if it's me. All right, that's it.
No. Jenny hit my cup.
Honestly, I
Michael.
love you all, man. This
Oh my
is
God.
an elite.
Someone's just
community.
put Larry's from North Korea.
This is why when the guy reached out to me for this new month, I was like, bro, we have to do giveaways. Like, and listen, I want to give back to you guys. You guys are just legendary. So, Larry, Our first winner, congratulations. Reach out to me within the next 24 hours. If you don't have Snapchat, just download it and make it. My mother can make an account. So let's preview Liverpool Brentford.
Oh my God.
No, she's not. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. She's not. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Also, you guys, code 10% off. We hooked you guys up with an extra discount for these next 3 days. It's applicable. So big up. Now, Liverpool Brentford. Massive game this week.
How do we go to there now after that?
I want to go to Emeka because I feel like he's going to say something really edgy. I'm actually going to put him in the middle right here. Go ahead, Emeka.
He is.
Go ahead. We play.
He's not pressure.
No pressure.
He's so gonna say something edgy. Yeah, go on.
Milos Kirkas on the left.
Did you just move your camera central a bit more as well there? I just saw you move like that.
I was a little bit cut off there. But what's the question? You didn't ask a question.
Full frame, man. Full frame.
Just tell me. Oh wow!
Brentford.
So now I'm supposed to ask questions.
That's all. What are your thoughts on Brentford?
What are your thoughts
This
on
is
Brentford?
this is like your 100th show. Yeah.
So my thoughts on Brentford, right? It's a must win, obviously, and I think it's like I definitely think we are gonna win. So it's one of those situations where I do want to see us perform. But more so than anything, like what I'll be looking for is what our manager's going to do. Like, are we going to revert to type? Are we going to bring back in McAllister? I've already said Salah, like if it was my preference, he wouldn't start. But at the same time, I expect him to start just based on his stature in the team. But again, I just want to see the double pivot remain. I want to see, obviously, Ekitike is going to have to start, Gakpo up front. Wirtz. I'm seeing a lot of people saying they think Wirtz might not start the game, which I think would just be crazy. I don't see a world where, like, again, I understand the whole physicality thing, but this is the league he plays in now. If he's not going to get used to if he's not going to play to get used to the physicality, then what's the point? Like, he has to play in these games, and we have to the team has to make sense around him. And that's what I like the most about the Frankfurt game, is the team around him made sense. So it gave him a platform to actually perform. And then the players finished their dinner, finished the chances he created for him. And again, if we're expecting Brentford to sit a bit more back or play in a bit more of a low block, these are the games that we need the Ekitikes, we need the Wirtz. For me, we need the Chiesas, but again, we'll see if he actually plays. But again, more than anything, it's just I don't want any excuses. I don't know if you guys watched the press conference from Slot, but I don't know if I like the way he I get it, he's just telling the truth, so to speak, but I don't like the way it's almost like he's telling the opponent, this is what works against us. Do this. We haven't figured out how to stop this. We haven't figured it out. It's different than the first half of last year. Like, we're almost a year on from the first half of last year. Like, I kind of want my manager to figure it out. And if the issue is long balls and then us not getting the second balls, then you have to just drop a few more people into the midfield area, because that's what United did well, to their credit. They just packed that area just off of VVD and Konate. They're like, we know you guys are going to get that first header. We're just going to have 3 or 4 of our players within 10 to 15 yards of wherever you headed, and we're going to get that second ball. So we just have to make sure our players are, number one, they have to be physical enough. This is where the uncomfortable conversation, if we're being honest, is once we signed Wirtz, like future looking, McAllister as a starter at Liverpool, those days are more or less numbered. Those two in a midfield, it's going to be very tough. Even when McAllister's at peak levels, it's going to be very tough for us to have a midfield with McAllister and Wirtz in there. We all know how the Prem is. We know the direction that the Prem is going. Even at McAllister's best, in a lot of our biggest games, like last year, both Arsenal games, to be fair, but especially at the Emirates, like McAllister struggles in those games where he has to cover ground and where he's in a midfield competing against other physical monsters. like the peak form, like going forward, is going to be two midfielders in that pivot with the physical profile of the Gravenberches, of the Soboslais, of the Joneses. Like, you're going to have to be able to have the physicality behind Wirtz so that he can feel comfortable to take the risks, play the passes without worrying about, okay, if I lose the ball, do I have guys behind me that can get it back and feed it back to me? And that's something that Curtis Jones spoke about at the end of the game too. He spoke about all the attacking talent we have, and the pivot players have to trust those guys up front. They have to do the cleanup work behind them. They have to do the buildup. We have to feed the ball into those guys and trust that they're going to create and they're going to score. So again, I think it's more future looking. I love McAllister, one of my favorite players last year and the years before, but I just think to optimize the new pieces that we've brought in, unfortunately, I don't think his life as a starter at Liverpool is probably going to be coming to an end fairly shortly.
Who?
He's talking about McAllister.
McAllister,
yeah. I just
How's the last midfielder I would have predicted would struggle in this team, to be honest with you?
But it isn't his
Like,
fault.
you see Jones's performance against Frankfurt. That's what I expected from McAllister from the start of the season.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the physicality, Hussein. You just because you got to remember he had there's games where he's looked just physically out of his depth, and it's usually the games against big physical teams. Like every time we play Arsenal, he struggles against Arsenal.
The drop off from McAllister was like the drop off from Fabinho, and nobody expected it. Nobody has expected that.
So I'll say I didn't expect the physical drop off. I'm surprised I haven't seen it on Twitter, but when I knew McAllister was not finished, but he's just not physically there this year, is in the Man United game. We had I think it was a Man United corner. And our trademark played into the midfield. It was basically a 2-on-1. There was probably the closest I think Mo was basically at the halfway line, and McAllister was maybe 5 or 10 yards behind him, and there was one United defender. So basically the ball got played into McAllister. He turned, and I think within two steps, a United midfielder that was 10 yards behind, he couldn't run. He was literally running in mud. And if that was Wirtz, who it should have been, we would have had an easy 2-on-1 with Wirtz, one Man United defender, and Salah. And I just think that's where I don't see him getting that back unless he has an extended period of time, with his minutes reduced. He's been rinsed by us, by Argentina over the last year and a half. He needs that time. And I also think the World Cup is in his head as well. You gotta think for certain players from certain countries, especially the South American countries, a World Cup coming up, that is their first priority 100%. And I know he's not gonna want to get hurt. He's not gonna want to jeopardize his ability to start in those games. Not to say that that's making him play poorly, but I know 100% that's also in the back of his mind. So yeah, that's how I see it. Main thing for Brentford is just play the players that are in form, please. Let's not go back to the same players and expect a different result. It's insanity. And that's how I felt when I saw the lineup before United. I was like, this is insanity. We're setting ourselves up for failure. So let's just not set ourselves up for failure.
How do we beat Brentford, guys?
What I want from Liverpool in this game is I want us to have done our homework and to see the weaknesses in Brentford and to be able to combat them. Because what we've done is we've just played our game and just expected for it to work. And when it hasn't worked, we haven't got another idea. And we've lost a couple of games because of it. Or we pulled one out the bag. If we lose this game in the last 10 minutes, this will be the first time any team ever has lost 4 games in the last 10 minutes in the Premier League ever. And I don't want us getting that record. Do not want us getting that record. And Brentford have scored goals at the back end of the games. They did it against West Ham and they've done it in other games. And this guy, Thiago, is going to be a problem if we let him be a problem. And We need to have a midfield that is in midfield for this game, because Jordan Henderson is going to try and play the game of his life against us. We've got 4 ex-Liverpool players that are possibly going to be in that team. And that puts the fear of God into me, because whenever we play against ex-Liverpool players, they just become Benteke's.
Kelleher too. Kelleher's going to try to turn up on us
Honestly, we need to have done the homework on this game.
The thing is, Klopp has been complaining about long balls for the last 3 weeks. Brentford are the kings of long balls.
Hey, okay,
When I was
hold on.
on Monday, when I was doing A-listers on Monday, I was watching West Ham Brentford on TV, just like while I was doing the stream. Bro, Brentford spammed long balls against West Ham. If they spammed it against West Ham, with all due respect, you know for good and damn well they're going to spam it against us. What are we doing here?
The only reason why the long ball has been effective against us is when our fucking possession structure is ass. When the structure was there in the second half against Frankfurt. Guys, newsflash, Frankfurt still tried to play the ball long in the second half. It's not like they didn't play one long ball. It's that our counter press was there so that the guy doesn't have time to look up, right? What happened against United and against Chelsea? The guy who picked up the ball in midfield had 2 seconds to look up, if not 5, and pick out a pass. This is the Premier League. These guys get paid tens of thousands of, if not hundreds of thousands of pounds a week to play this game. 2 seconds is a fucking eternity to give to someone on the ball to pick out a pass against a team that structure is already messed up. So again, the key to this game, and I also think, just to touch on Emeka's point very quickly, I feel that where McAllister is being asked to pick up is not suiting him. His form is horrendous right now. But when he came on against Frankfurt, he basically played the 9. That's where he was. He was behind the midfield 5 the whole time. That's constantly where I'm seeing him, out of the game, not being a part of the buildup, which I don't know why, but that's a different conversation. If we have the proper structure and we're building up with 5 and we're able to counterpress, I do not care about the long ball because we will be able to deal with it. Also, Marcus, insufferable nerd, thank you very much. Appreciate that. But counterpoints, please. Counterpoints.
Right.
To me,
it's
always
just like you ignore everyone that's doing. You and Jamie both do this. You ignore all the prop and you pick out the one.
Listen, I like to talk shit. That's just who I am. But regardless, it's about the structure. We know what Brentford are going to do. They're going to spam long balls. So be able to counterpress. Be able to suffocate the guy who gets on the ball. Make it difficult. Don't let him just pick out the pass. That's all I'm saying. Don't let him have the time to pick out who he wants to play. That's it. With proper structure, it doesn't happen. Go ahead, Jay.
You can get it on beta now.
I think what Liverpool got to do is control the game like they did in the second half the other night. And win their second balls. Liverpool have been terrible at winning the second ball this season. That's why a lot of long balls come in. Liverpool can win the second balls back and press a lot quicker in the midfield. They'll win this game comfortably. You know, that's what Liverpool got to do. If they don't do that, Liverpool will lose this game. You know, we need some control there. I hear everyone about McAllister. I get it. McAllister's form right now is just so whack. You can't really... Do you know what's crazy? Our 2 best players last season, arguably McAllister and Salah, are our 2 worst players this season. It's like it's roles reversed. McAllister at the moment, because of his fitness, he's a liability playing in that double pivot because he's one of the last lines of the defence. And if you haven't got the athleticism, you ain't moving correctly, he's not going to be able to press and people are going to be able to run off him a lot quicker. So if he comes out of position, he hasn't got it in him right now to get back into position where... You look at Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones, they have at the moment. Unless Grav comes back in, any one of them 3, they're the 3 that play in that double pivot. One of them 3 play in that double pivot area. I think right now, what I like about Curtis Jones, I think it goes a bit underrated in football, man. Just to play football simple. Sideway pass, 5-yard forward pass, move into the space when the space is available, ask for the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball on, keep it simple. Not everything has to be a Hollywood pass. Not everything has to be going around 5 players and putting it into the top corner. playing it simple helps you control as well. It keeps you in control of the possession, which means you're in control of the game. So people like Curtis Jones at this moment in time is very, very important for what we want to do in this midfield. You know, he won't vacate. He's a bit more defensively clued on as well at the moment as well. And then Szoboszlai is just, you know, turning into this elite midfielder right now, like I kept telling everyone. And he's extremely important for what we're doing as well, because he's that box-to-box engine. You've got a nice mixture of the two there. Liverpool got to control. They've got to win the second ball, so it's very important. Liverpool have to press when they haven't got the ball, win them second balls to stop the long ball counter-attacks. And Liverpool play well and get the win. Yeah, that's what we've got to do. If we don't do that, we will lose this game, because Brentford have got good pace on the counter-attack, and that long ball over the top is a threat.
We have to run
not being edgy. Like I'm not sorry.
It has to happen again. It can't be. Like we have to just run back the same pivot for me.
Like I'm not being edgy, but
Agreed.
But I do feel like if we do want to play a number 10, which is probably going to be Wirtz all the time, I don't see where Gravenberch makes this midfield work in the pivot. I don't, because he's not doing the job that he's supposed to be doing, and he's not being the cover and the shield. He's getting too far forward all the time, and he's not being that guy that needs to be the cover. And I think Dominic Szoboszlai has just got more about him there. And I'm not being edgy about it, but if Gravenberch is out for like the next like 2 games, say, yeah, and we play Brentford and we play Aston Villa, and our midfield looks really structured because those two are there, and they're just better. They're better passing, they're better press resistant, they're better on the ball than him, and it really clicks. I'd be fine with just keeping it. I really would, because I think if he plays Gravenberch, I don't think he plays Curtis Jones for some reason. I just don't think he puts those two together, because he'd have to squeeze Szoboszlai in, or he'd have to maybe put him in the 10, because it feels like Slot's just forced to play players right now. Like, they have to all fit in somehow. Well, when sometimes they just got to be on the bench to make us better.
So my 11 for this game, if Gravenberch is fit, my 11 for this game would be Gravenberch and Curtis Jones and Szoboszlai on the right. That would be. I'd still keep drop Salah and I'd play Szoboszlai on the right, and then have that double pivot, because then Szoboszlai, like if people look at Szoboszlai's career, his actual best, GA performances have come from when he plays on the right hand side. Also, he can, if you want to, you can make him tuck in and make it 3 in the midfield there, and you've got a nice 3 in the midfield at the same time. Just push Kakpo further forward, and have sort of playing off Ekitike. So you'll have like Wirtz just playing off Ekitike, Szoboszlai off the right, Gakpo off the left, the 2 in the midfield. I think if Salah's not playing, that's how I would go about it, and then it gives you a bit of protection there, because Szoboszlai has got that more of that, athletic ability and strength on that right hand side to do the defensive duty and help double up on Bradley as well, to give him a bit of protection at the same time. And he can tuck in to make a 3 in the middle, so it gives you a bit more benefit there. But that's just how I feel.
I think we need what he had, like his attributes in that midfield, though, Jamie. Especially like the vertical, like when he drops a little bit deeper, the verticality that he adds to our offense, which we miss, like with Trent not being there. Like the number of passes, like even that pass again that Isak probably should have scored. That was just Sobol having space, being behind being a little bit further back and able to just ping balls across. I feel like he played probably 3 or 4 really accurate vertical balls that just stretched the defense. And I think, yes, he has attributes for sure that could work on the right wing, but I just feel like at this point in time, I just think he has to be in that pivot just a little bit back and just able to assist us in that build-up. But
why should we rush Gravenberch back as well? Can I ask them?
I'm just saying.
I wouldn't take Gravenberch.
Why do we
disagree with that? We shouldn't be rushing players back. It looks like that's what we did with Frimpong. It genuinely looks like that's what we did with Frimpong as well. Rushed him back.
He needs to relax, because our biggest games are coming up: Villa, Man City
away, Mister
Real Madrid. Like
Real Madrid.
These are games Gravenberch has to play. So I think he needs to just relax. He definitely rolled his ankle. Like, even if he's okay, there's no way his ankle's perfect. Like, I've had a million ankle rolls in my life. Like, you're gonna feel decent in a week, but it's not gonna be perfect. Like, you're gonna need at least 2
No, I'd rest him.
perfect.
He should be rested. I'm just saying if Slot puts him in there. But
No,
yeah,
I'm saying,
but
why rush him
I'd
back,
rest
though,
him. No,
Jamie?
don't rush him back. Rest him, man. Rest him.
Yeah.
Let him rest, man. Szoboszlai and Jones did a perfect job. Keep him in there.
They did.
Like, look, everyone knows how much I've been bigging up Szoboszlai for a long time. And I think now it's just showing how good of a footballer he actually is. You know, and it's almost like now he's undroppable.
He is.
Like Dominic Szoboszlai is now sort of undroppable for Liverpool right now. And I don't think that would have been the case last season, because I believe he was getting dropped sometimes last season, wasn't he? So, yeah, I just... It's worrying for McAllister for the fact that I would rather McAllister play further forward now and not in the pivot anymore. You know, and if that's Wirtz and McAllister doing rotation further up, so be it. I mean, it's great rotation to have. Again, what we keep arguing about having a good squad for, you know, these options that we have available to us where we can play differently. But yeah, I'd rather a Curtis Jones and maybe a Szoboszlai, a Gravenberch, and like them three in that pivot area right now, because, you know, they got a bit more about their game right now. And McAllister, I feel, he's coming. What is he going to be 27 soon? I think he's benefiting. He'll benefit more just playing, getting away with that defensive responsibility a little bit more and giving him a bit more license a little bit further forward, where he's got a bit more stability behind him to allow him to do that. So yeah, I'm not one of these people getting rid of Mac. He's got to stay in the scene. You know what I mean?
Jamie, question for you on that though. If you look at where Slot's been playing McAllister the last 2 games, do you think he's potentially preparing McAllister, because he's basically been playing in that 10 or like right up front the last 2 times he's been in the game?
He doesn't want him there no more. You can tell.
Yeah, he doesn't want him in that pivot anymore. I just don't, like, physically, I just don't think he can compete. Like,
don't need him there though. That's the thing. That's the beautiful benefit. We don't actually need him there. Use his talents a little bit further forward, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And a lot of fans were calling for that last year when people were getting frustrated with Zobo about his final pass, and people wanted McAllister maybe to play up a bit further forward. So it might be worth a try. Like,
this is what good squads are meant to be about, isn't it? You have good players in good squads that, you know, managers got to find a way to play them all and rotate them all and keep everyone happy.
Mac on the left hand side this season has been so far forward that he's been in the number 10 position, basically in the way of Wirtz. So it makes sense that he just goes, well, stop getting there. Stop going into that position when you're in the 8. So I'm going to put you in the 10 anyway.
Yeah.
Like, and also that game against Frankfurt, did you notice he put Ekitike and Wirtz as far away as he could? Because all they've done this season is got in each other's way when they've been close together. So he actually spread them out. And that worked as well, because Wirtz obviously created loads of chances and Ekitike scored and also created as well.
That's why
same again, please. Same again.
And that's why I harp so much on just profile of player, because I think people get stuck on positions too much. Like, oh, he's a left winger, so he can't play over here, or he's he can't play over there. And it's just, Sobos was playing that 10 for us, and clearly he has attributes that fit a lot better in that 8/6 position, a little bit further back. And honestly, I feel like we're gonna have that eureka moment at some point this season, with when Isak's fully fit and firing, with Ekitike on the left. I genuinely feel it. Like, I think he's faster.
You feel it, but you're feeling wrong, because Gakpo is Slot's son, and he's never gonna get dropped.
Yeah, but there'll be a moment. There'll be a moment where
have Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, and he would play Gakpo left wing back or some shit. Like, it's, you know, his Gakpo's gonna play. And look, I'll be honest with you, Emeka. There are certain things that I've given up on. Like, we all know Gakpo's gonna start. Put every fry you have in the bag. Szoboszlai is gonna start somewhere. I want him to start in midfield. This manager could easily play him right back, but Szoboszlai is gonna start somewhere. There are certain things that are gonna happen 100%. Like those, there are certain things that it's like I look at and I'm like, it's legitimately pointless to argue.
Did you know that Cody's our third highest paid player now? Did you know that?
How many times have I sat here on shows with Emeka and went like, man, I'd love for us to give Chiesa a go, give Rio a go, blah. Even at times when Gakpo was playing like ass, he runs back Gakpo. Gakpo's gonna play you guys. Just give it up.
But Hussam, do you think that's because he doesn't see Ekitike as a left winger? Because last year he did drop Gakpo a lot for Diaz. Like we'd have games where it was Diaz and Jota. We did have a lot of games like that.
Like, I think Ekitike is going to do the same thing he wants Gakpo to do. It's like I think that they're two. The wants of each of the players on the ball are different. And if you think Cody Gakpo is a cut-in and shoot merchant, wait until you see a striker play left wing. Like, okay, but all I'm saying is that with the way that we operate on each end of the pitch in the final third, it's the same problem on both sides. I don't see just slotting someone else in there. If anything, if you wanted to drop Gakpo, I would hear it if we just switched formations. If we just either ran the whole double 10 thing or run a 4-4-2 and don't play Cody Gakpo on the left. Don't play without a left winger. That, I think, is a valid argument. That, I think, is realistic. But right now, if we're operating with wingers, there's no other guy besides Chiesa coming on as a substitute that's going to play on that left-hand side. Because clearly, no matter what we think, Arne Slot hasn't fucking moved him. So if he hasn't moved him in 12 games, regardless of result, it isn't going to happen. But we have seen him change the formation. We'll see. But, I mean, you know, I definitely will hear people out who were like, we should have gotten Malik Fofana, whatever, even though I don't like talking transfers. I don't think that the club wanted to get rid of Luis Diaz. I think Luis Diaz told the club, I'm leaving. And if Luis Diaz were here, we would probably be seeing rotation. But, you know, when you spend £500 million, I can't sit here and argue about fitting anyone into any position because you spent the money, figure it out.
He's also just been given a new contract. Like he's on 250 grand.
I know him, man.
Cody.
Yeah, he ain't going anywhere. I don't even have much of a problem with him. I like Cody.
I just want rotation. I just want rotation because I know what that does for players. We saw it with Diaz and Gakpo last season. The fact that they both knew that they had to perform when they played, they both performed. And I feel like the reason people are getting frustrated with Gakpo now is because there's no repercussions for him playing bad. He's going to keep playing. So we just hope that eventually it clicks to him. I do, as I think Jamie said it, that the manager did mention in the press conference that he told him, hey, I know you like to cut in, but maybe Kirkes would have been
find me lost every now and then.
Right? Maybe
in order for Kirkes to do that, Emeka, in order for Kirkes to consistently bomb, he can't invert. Like he has to actually be a wing back. And against United, he wasn't a wing back. He was an inverted center half. So like again, two things can be true. We can be angry at Cody for ignoring Kirkes, but also, well, I mean, at least I when I was watching the game, I always found him with the ball on the left-handed side at the halfway line. Like he wasn't on the touch line, but he was at the left-hand side at the halfway line.
Not many fullbacks are on the touchline anymore. That's the thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah. But I'm talking about just the positioning that he was taking up in possession. Regardless, even if he had played Kirkes, like I think people overlook the fact that like the Premier League fullbacks have sort of caught on. They're like, okay, I don't have to bite on Kirkes because if Cody cuts in, I have two center backs to my left, and all of their players are on the other side of the box. So I mean, he can only shoot, and I'd rather that happen than you give it to Kirkes and then Kirkes try to pick out a pass. So it's like. Everything's a double-edged sword.
And speaking of Kirkes, I just want to make this point too. I think Slot can learn a thing or two about how Klopp integrated Robertson when he first came to the club and how it took some time. Like he had to snatch Moreno's chain. I think Kirkes should have to be the same thing. Like take your time. Like he's the sort of player, especially at that age. It's only going to benefit him if he's coming into a settled team. The team is all over the place right now. We look a lot more composed. Not saying Robbo's perfect. He still makes his mistakes. But I think Kirkes should have to snatch Robbo's chain. It shouldn't just be a guaranteed start every week. To me, Robbo can be playing more minutes than he's been playing thus far. And I'm looking to see that as well from the manager. So I hope he starts on the weekend.
I don't think Robbo expected to be dropped at the start of the season. I can tell you that. Like I don't think he expected it.
No.
The funny part is the stuff that Slot asks the left back to do probably suits Robertson a lot more than
It's
Kirk.
probably better than
Way
Kirk.
more. Way more.
It
You're
just
right.
makes me question, like, what are Slots and Hughes doing in this one? Why did we pay 40 for Kirkus? It makes no sense.
Well,
If you wanted like someone like that to invert, it would have been better to buy like a Hinchcapier, the Calafiori type.
Exactly.
Even
Centre back,
Hato, if you want to
back.
go and get someone, you can do that. Go and
Yeah,
get Gerald
Hato as an example. Yeah.
Exactly.
Weird.
I agree.
It
You know
does,
how
it does feel like, I don't want to talk about it.
Kirkus' strength really is the overlap and the way he just jumped like up and down the pitch.
maybe
You watch him for Hungary, he's doing his best impersonation of Roberto Carlos like for Hungary.
I don't want to like talk about transfers, but it does feel like a lot of our players were profiled on last season's tactics, like 2024's tactics and 2025's tactics of the difference of the players that we just signed.
Yeah.
Like, it just feel a little bit, there's a
That's
bit
true.
of a disconnect there.
Well, that's what big up James Redmond. He said this on my channel the other day. He believes that Arne Slot's trying to change the culture and the system at Liverpool for the years to come, and that's why he's got these players in, and it's going to take a time for it to work and adjust. And he has got some. I agree with what he was saying as well. It does make a lot of sense when you think about it. Liverpool have been in a culture now as a club for a long time under Jurgen Klopp in the way we play and our identity, yeah. And we probably want to move away from that now and go to a different identity and a different culture. So that sort of thing takes quite a bit of time to adapt to and move to. So yeah, it's maybe that's why. I always say it like when I look at players. Yeah, Slot said it himself. You bought these players, and he mentions them, and they got 5-6 year contracts. That's how long we're basing this on, not just where we are today. So they're looking at the future, obviously, and the present at the same time.
Unfortunately, Slot hasn't.
What's that?
A 5-year contract.
No. But he's going to get one.
I know, but everyone expects.
He's not. He ain't going anywhere. Slot's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
he's only going somewhere if we're 15 points or more behind Arsenal in December. But
the
odds of that happening?
FSG won't second.
Yeah, It would have to be people are protesting because we're like 20 points behind, 15 points behind. It would have to be cataclysmically terrible. A rough patch, they're not going to budge.
No.
Hughes and Edwards are not washed, Twinny. I actually agree with K-Mac's statement. I think they kind of built the team in last year's image, maybe not really considering the new players and how would they set in, because that Kirkus transfer don't make sense to me, to be honest with you.
Personally, like my opinion based on the way that we have played the first 13 games is I think that Slot, whether for good or bad, he's over profiling them. And by that, I mean, he thinks that they're better or they're more capable than they are with the way that we're trying to play. Like if I consistently see the same thing where we're left outnumbered in midfield week in, week out, that means that you think that these guys are good enough to do it. Now, maybe what this second half of Frankfurt told us or told him is, maybe they're not there yet. But if I just add one more guy, all of the sudden, everything becomes incredible. And we've seen it in spells, like against Atletico Madrid. I feel like our structure was the same in that second half against Frankfurt. Against Everton, I feel like it was the same. So whether or not it's just like the fact of Arne Slot's trying and thinking that I'm confident in these guys, I think that they can do it. And maybe that was the turning point. I don't know. We'll see. I think Brentford's going to answer a lot of questions. If we start Brentford the same way we started at Frankfurt, we'll know this was just a tactical change in the game. If he starts it the way that we finished the second half, we'll know he's learned. But that's what I would lean more towards. I would think he's thinking these guys are better than they are or more capable than they are, and either they have to prove it or he has to adjust. Whether you want to call that arrogance, I don't know if I'd go that far, but that would be the most logical conclusion.
Did Curtis Jones play against Atletico Madrid?
No, it was Soboslai. It was Soboslai and Gravenberch in the double pivot.
Was it
Sobo Gravenberch?
And it worked. And it worked in that first half.
Soboslai was on the left-hand side.
I think any of those three in the pivot.
I disagree, Mike. I think it worked all game. Even in the second half, we were the ones creating chances. Remember that when Salah hit the post,
Well, yeah,
Wirtz, I think, waited a chance for Gakpo.
but we played that game very differently from this poor patch. That's all I'm saying, is that like the midfield was more cohesive in those two games, Everton and Atletico, and I think it's because of the extra man versus Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Southampton. I mean, I include Southampton. I know that it's not the first team,
yeah, you're right.
but I just included, but because the structure was the same. I mean, that would be the most logical thing to me, is that he thinks that these guys are capable of beating these guys without an extra man. Hopefully, you know, he sort of realized, hey, not yet, but maybe if we start cooking, they'll have some confidence.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Look, big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Congratulations to Larry once again for winning our first giveaway as well. So I appreciate you all. Make sure you guys are getting involved in the comment section too. Let us know what you think of the stream. How do you guys enjoy it or not? Also, all my brothers' links are in the description. Even the ones who aren't here today, their links are in the description. I want you guys to go over and subscribe to K-Mac, subscribe to Jamie, subscribe to Mike's channel. Emeka don't have a channel yet. You get me, because he chats a lot of shit. So you get me, he doesn't have a channel. Just joking. But you get me. Go give them all a subscription, you guys. Love to every single one of you guys. Also, big up to Jenny, who says, here's to my new BFF, Mike. Jenny, I want to ask you, who hacked you? There is no way Jenny just sent $5 to prop Mike Das. It really is her birthday. It's crazy. It's crazy. How did Jenny just do Mike prop? I have no words.
See the light. That's all I'm gonna say. Come to the light. Come to the light. Come to the good side.
Come to the good
side. Big up, Jenny. Big up, Jenny.
Speaking of coming to the good side
on my channel. Big up.
Big up to you. Big up to you, K-Mac. Make sure you guys go check out his channel as well. We're going to be redirecting you guys over to Yasser TV, who's live right now. So go tell him Hussam Raid in his chat. He's just having a football chat and chill. So we're going to be redirecting you guys over there. Hussam10, okjersey.com. You're going to get 3 days. These next 3 days, you're going to get a 10% discount. So it's not even 8% for these next 3 days. So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You are going to get a 10% discount. I hooked you guys up. Our next giveaway is going to be tomorrow on the Liverpool Brentford watch along, inshallah. So stay tuned for that. The giveaway will probably be at halftime. So like, share, comment, subscribe, and see you guys over on Yasser TV. Hussam Raid in his chat. Peace out, Habibis.